But you were mentioning discussing how much it pays. What if you find a job that you're really on tracking with them? I like what they're doing. I like the culture. It sounds really great, and it doesn't pay what you're looking for. What recommendations would you make there?
I've hit that one a couple times myself. So this is where I do a pros and cons list. These are all the pros of this company. Here's all the cons to it. Now, pay depends on what you want out of the job. So sometimes you might have to take a little bit less in pay, but the question I would then ask is, what is the opportunity for advancement to where I want to go? How long? What's the timeline? What can I move up into? Because sometimes taking one step back to take two steps forward is worth it. Or it might be an opportunity to get into a new industry and then be able to go over and get a job somewhere else. So I think it just depends on, I do a pros and cons. Maybe they give you more free time. Maybe you have more flexibility. What's most important to you? Now I asked you this question to say what's most important to the person you're, talking to, but you should know what's most important to you. What are your values? What do you want? What time? How many hours do you want to work from home? Do you want flexibility? You've got children, or you've got someone that you take care of, a senior that you take care of. Like, we all have different lives. Maybe this one job gives you incredible flexibility, but is a little bit lower in pay. The other thing is, if it's advancement, or if you're way off, then you have to make that decision. Is that something I'm still going to go forward with? I have taken jobs that were below where I wanted to be, but everything else was in alignment with where I wanted to go. And I knew it was going to be a perfect stepping stone for me to get the experience to get to the next step. But again, only you can make that personal decision on whether or not that's the right step for you. I also try to get other people's opinions out of my head when I'm making those decisions, because everybody has an opinion. So make sure your values are in alignment with what you want to do. Make sure you have your own pros and cons on what you want to do and why you want to do it. And what does that look like? And make the decision based on what you want to do, because you're the one who's going to have to get up every day and go to work. And you want it to be something you're passionate about, something that you enjoy doing. We spend way too much time doing our work that if you don't love what you're doing, it's just not fun. I've been there. I've taken jobs that I thought were, was great to pay, but I had to pay the consequences because it didn't give me all the other things that were important to me. So I ended up having to change jobs. So make sure you're really clear on what that is.